All right. Welcome, everybody. My man, George. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing phenomenal, Matt. How about you?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to talk to you about the 5 reasons to network and how that will increase our businesses faster because you're the expert and you've been doing it for so long. So let's get right into that, George. So tell me, um, why networking?
Matt, I started my business 22 years ago, and I realized that cold calls were not getting me where I wanted to be. I read a book called Never Eat Lunch Alone. I started going out to a lot of different free networking groups and met a lot of really great people. And I've gotten some of my best contacts through the people that go into that group. And I always explain to people it's just a matter of getting yourself visible and letting people know. Well, Matt, you taught me with your ADA principle. We just got to create visibility, and so when they know they need your service or product, you're available for them. And yeah, it's been really awesome.
Nice. So so the number one reason to network is you're getting more referrals, you're getting more people out there, and the one thing that everyone hates is you don't have to do any cold calling. So that's incredible advice right there. So George, over the last 22 years of your career, what kind of results have you got?
Matt, I was looking back over the last 22 years, and I realized that probably 95% of my businesses came from networking. After I read that book and realized that I was never going to eat lunch alone, I always meet with 20, 30, 40 business people for lunch and give them an opportunity to understand better what I do so they know how to refer me.
Oh, well, nobody likes to eat lunch alone, right?
Nope.
So for somebody that's maybe newer to networking, or maybe they're just starting out in their business, what kind of tips do you have for them?
Well, one of the biggest mistakes I see that people do when they come out to a networking group is they come out as a hunter instead of a gatherer because they're used to sales and they want to sell everybody. What they need to understand is they want to share and learn. So if they get better acquainted with the people in the group and understand how they can help the people in the group first and put their personal ambitions aside, it'll come back to them tenfold because as you give, you will gain. Pretty
Yeah,
simple.
and George. Yeah, and one of the things you've always told me, George, is that by setting up a one-to-one or a meeting after the event, it really enhances all the things that you're talking about from the networking perspective.
Exactly. I've probably got 500 or 600 people in my iPad right now of people I've sat and did a one-on-one with. And when I did the one-on-one, I got to learn more about them, and then I connected them immediately with people that I knew were a good center of influence to help them grow their business.
Excellent. So, what different kinds of network groups or types of networking events are there, George?
I always tell people there's basically levels of networking, and you want to see where you gravitate and where you really fit in. You have your free networking groups. I run several benchmark and work with TLC and Business Meets Beer and a few others, and that's great because it's a great relationship. It's where you just get to know each other, set up a one-on-one, get to know each other a little more in depth. And then you have chambers of commerce. One of the things that I found is even though I live in Bountiful, I sit on the board at the Murray Chamber, and it was because they were very business friendly chamber, and I realized that gave me third party credibility with my company to where people say, hey, he's a real company, he's really there. And then you have the higher paid for BNIs and master networking and things like that, where they have more of a structured, they're going to try to show you how you're going to guarantee gaining X amount of dollars in revenue and so on and so forth. And you're committed to be there every single week. And the other thing is you lock out your competition, which is good for some industries. Other industries, it's really not a fit. So you want to just see where it fits for you and your business and gravitate to that level.
So what I heard you say, there's basically three kind of general types. There's a free type of networking. There's being part of chambers and going to their events, and then there's the paid ones that are or higher paid ones.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Um, and then I read this the other day, doing some studies, and my background a little bit, and it said, there may not be a more powerful marketing tool that spanned generations and decades than a business card. So, what kind of tools do you recommend? Obviously, a business card, but what kind of tools do you recommend, or what's the best tool, George?
Well, the business card has been a really good tool for a lot of years, but I think we've seen a lot of things change, especially in this digital environment. The business card I would tell you today would be a digital business card because I can't print up enough cards. The costs are extreme. I mean, everything else, and then try to have them in my hands. Here's where business meets beer. Here's where networking, blah, blah, blah. It's so much easier to have everything in the palm of my hand. I mean, I run my business out of my phone. So
Nice.
now I have my digital card there to where, and Matt, you're the one who explained to me, and when you were showing me a lot of the social media stuff that, no offense, I still haven't accessed or done a good job with, but I appreciate the information. But when you introduced me to the YPC digital business card, to me that was a no-brainer because I have people all the time that I can refer, and I don't have their business cards all the time. But because I have them in YPC, I can literally refer them right through my app. And I'll tell you, it's like carrying everybody's business card. And guess what? They have my business card in there too. So they now
Yeah.
know they can refer me. So it works out really awesome.
Awesome.
You
I'm glad you brought. I'm
explain
glad.
explain how the YPC works because I think these people really need to understand that this could be the tool that helps them to grow their business and really totally explodes their business.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up YPC. That's my favorite one. And so let's talk about digital business cards. There's a whole bunch of different methods to doing digital business cards, and digital business cards are powerful because number one, especially now, they're germ free. There's no COVID virus because you're not handing them out, right? You're not handing somebody your phone. The other thing that I love about digital business cards is your content is always up to date. So if I change my name, if I change my company, if I change my email, if I change whatever, you always have my up to date information. The other thing that's really cool is that digital business cards are more shareable. Think about how easy it is to share a digital business card through a text message, an email, a QR code, or your social media platforms. And you can imagine all the ways you could do that. The other thing, and if you stick around, I'm going to tell you why I think YPC has the biggest advantage over every other digital business card platform. The other thing I like about them is they're eco-friendly, George. You don't have to keep printing cards. You brought that up. And you keep printing cards and hand them out to people so they can either throw them in the drawer or throw them in a garbage can. So kind of doesn't make sense because they're not handing them out. They're not carrying your cards around, handing them out when they meet people so they can refer you, right?
Exactly.
The other
And
thing that
you brought that up, that's one reason why I took advantage of the pro portion where it literally saves me the cost. I mean, of making business cards. And now I have all these other tools at my disposal. But you are going to show them how they can literally set up their own free digital business card here at the end. So I hope everybody sticks around to get a better understanding because I think it's pretty.
Absolutely, George. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to have your own digital business card set up for free in less than 5 minutes. So stick around for that. You're right, George. Absolutely. Digital business cards, you can create different variations. So if you have a different side hustle that you're working on, or if you want to niche down inside your business, or like you're in charge of different groups, you've created a business card for those groups and you can hand them all out and you have different variations. It's a little more challenging to do that when you have to print them all. And it's funny because I've seen you do it. You've got 50 different business cards in your pocket for all these events you promote. Well, now with digital business cards, you don't have to do that. And YPC obviously makes it way better than anything else I've ever seen.
Matt, you talk about digital business cards. There's a lot of them out there, but the one thing that I love about YPC is if anybody changes their information, it's always up to date.
Absolutely.
If they change a website or a phone number or some other contact info, it's up to date. And they even notify you when people look at the information. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, we're going to talk about notifications and the YPC aspect, but there's one more thing here. With a digital business card, George, you stand out. Like you're different than everyone else, than most other professionals at any networking event or any group that you're part of. And really, all the cool kids are doing that.
Exactly
Um,
true.
and earlier, I mentioned to you, George, that if you stuck around, I was going to tell you why YPC is the biggest advantage over every other digital business card platform. And that's because with most digital business platforms, all they're doing is giving you a web link. So basically, a website with a big long link that you're not going to remember, and neither is anyone else. And that brings up a couple problems. Number one, your prospects, your clients, your referral partners are not going to remember your link. Even if you customize the domain where it says georgewilkinsonbusinesscard.com, I don't think people are going to remember that. Maybe they will if you went to the effort to make it that simple. The other thing is, which is a comparison with YPC, you're not searchable. So that's the thing I love about YPC is that you have the option to put your card in a nationwide public directory. Back in your day, George, you can think about the yellow pages. People could go in the yellow pages and look you up, and there you are. Well, inside YPC, they can go in, search for plumber, electrician, haircut, whatever, and you're going to come up in this public directory. So that's helping you extend your reach and extend out to more people that can find you when they're looking for what you have. The other thing that's amazing about YPC is what you brought up earlier, is that now everybody that's using YPC is carrying around your business card in their pocket. So that's powerful because even your network friends, your network partners, your referral partners, imagine you're part of a BNI or whatever large networking group. Now everybody that you're working with to grow your businesses, everyone has your business card right here in the palm of their hand. That's powerful.
I agree with that. And here's Matt, you hit on it. When we do a one-on-one with people, we get to know them and we get to find out, maybe they love golf, maybe they love skiing, things like that. And that's another thing that, no offense, I meet a lot of people in networking as long as I have. I probably have tens of, I don't know how many thousands of contacts, couldn't tell you. But the problem I have sometimes remember the name of their company, the name of their business, the name of their name, whatever. But I can remember maybe we were talking about how they love golf or they love skiing. I can literally go into my YPC app and type in those keywords and actually look them up. I mean, it's
absolutely.
Huge. That's a huge tool. Yeah.
So when you guys set up your profile, if you put in the keyword section the things you like to do, how you relate with people, like George brought up golf, skiing, whatever that is, if you create a section in your About Me keywords, then in somebody's contacts in the YPC app, they will be able to find you by those keywords in the event they forget your name or they forget the name of your business once you've connected with them at an event. So it's really super simple to set this up. George, I'm just going to take a couple minutes here and show everybody how fast it is to set up their YPC app. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to joinypc.com. Okay. Then once you're over here at joinypc.com, the next thing you're going to do is you will tap on that button that says select your device, iPhone or Android. It'll bring you over to this registration page. Simply enter your mobile phone number here. It's going to ask you to verify this is your mobile. Once it's done that, fill out this form, your name, your email, all this information. When you get down here to the business name, select your business name, your title, your website, and then fill out your About Me section. When you do this here, you can you can open up your website if you have a website with your About Me, or if you have it saved somewhere, you can copy and paste it. And then when you hit register your free account, here's what's going to happen. You're going to receive a text message with the PIN number so you can log into the app. So you go to your app store, download the app, log in, and your complete business card is all set up and ready to go for you. Now, the only thing you've got to do is just add a photo inside your card, and then you're all set. Add your photo and publish it to the directory. You're all set and ready to go.
Now, Matt, you talk about the directory. Now, for those people that are smart like me and jump in on the pro version, don't they get special preference on the directory? And it's a nationwide directory, isn't it?
Yeah, your card's viewable, searchable, findable nationwide. And yeah, George, YPC does have some upgraded features that are incredible. And so here they are. Yes, you get a priority listing this year for your niche and the area you're in. So if you're a pro member, you're always at the top of the directory in your area and your niche. The other thing you get, George, is you get to create a private group inside YPC. And why that's valuable is because you're going to be able to send them broadcast messages. Think of the way people are marketing today. They're using email, text messages, or Facebook Messenger. Well, emails, we all know that the open rates are not very high. Text messages, our open rates are really high, except for when you send out a lot of messages, it gets really, really expensive. The next thing is if you're using Facebook Messenger, you can only messenger somebody through a bot if they've engaged with your bot within the last 24 hours. After that, you've got to pay to send that message to all your contacts. The beautiful thing about the messaging inside YPC is a pro user will have the ability to send broadcast messages to the people that's in their private group, and it's not going to be an additional fee. All it is your monthly or yearly subscription, which is basically $1 a day.
And the next, yeah, that pays for itself just in ordering business cards to me.
Right. You also be able to you can create different profiles, additional profiles, and you have a banner at the bottom of your card, which is a call to action banner that will that call to action banner will give you the ability to drive people to specific links or specific areas that you want to drive them to, like if you're doing an event or something like that. And there's a lot more stuff for the pro users, but that's basically it and why it's so valuable. So if anyone has any questions about getting pro and getting set up for that, just reach out to me or reach out to George, and we'll get you guys set up on that. And
hey, Matt, the easiest way for them to reach out to you is after they download the app, they can literally contact you right through the app if they have any questions, can't they?
That's right. So if you have any questions after you've created your profile about YPC, about marketing, about branding, you find me in the directory and you can send me a text message, you can send me an email, or you can call me. And if you're interested in networking, connecting, growing your business, helping people get access to the legal system, you'll find George in the directory as well. And you can email, call him, and text message him right from there. So that's what I love about this app, George. I love about what we're doing is we're here to help more people. And this really gives us a bigger access than anybody else in any other way I've seen lately. So go to joinypc.com and get your card set up. And if you have any questions, you'll find us in the directory.
Awesome.
Thanks, George. Matt. I really appreciate your time.
Oh, I'm glad we were able to do this. I think it'll help a lot of people.
Yeah. Thanks, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.
Got it, buddy.